saw the Prime Minister who was present there. He took stock of the situation. And the brief visit of the Prime Minister is also to ensure that whenever there are dignitaries like the Prime Minister or ministers who are present there, one has to ensure that the rescue and relief work is not affected. And that's exactly what the focus was. So that visit was kept very brief. The visuals on your screen, the pictures on your screen, the Prime Minister meeting the people who have been injured in this accident. Over 900 people have been injured. They're receiving treatment at the local hospital, at the government hospital. Private hospitals in the vicinity have also been alerted. These are live visuals coming in. The Prime Minister, you have Union Railway Minister and also Mr. Dharmendra Pradhan, who have rushed to the spot along with the Prime Minister of the country. Maria is back with us on the broadcast. Maria, Indian Railways, I believe, it is the fourth largest national railway system in the world by its entire size. Over 68,000 kilometers of network. It's not completely fenced. It's a work which is still in progress. The images on the screen of Prime Minister meeting the victims right now. It's a much needed assurance as we wait for accountability to be sought. But a tale of humanity, a tale of sensitivity, and more importantly, governments coming together, centre and the states coming together to ensure victims are given support first. That's the priority.
Yes, absolutely. Look, Anusha, as I was saying, that the first responders are always the local citizens, the members of the neighboring villages. They have, they always come in terms of a disaster, in the times of a tragedy. So that happened also in this particular case when the collision happened and the derailment happened, which is at a location which is Bahanagar Bazaar Station in district Balasore of Odisha. And to give a sense of how far this place is and how much of an interior it is in India or within Odisha, it is 171 kilometers, Anusha, from Bhubaneswar and 166 kilometers away from Kharagpur. So the movement of any relief medical van or accident relief medical van or accident relief van can happen only from Kharagpur or Bhadrak or Tatanagar or Khurda Road or Balasore stations. So the biggest challenge certainly was at that time how to provide immediate rescue for those who have got stuck in those mangled bogies. So that has happened. The rescue operation is over. Now it is about relief, ensuring that those who have been injured, they are given the best of medical relief so that they can feel that the government stands with them, the multiple state governments stand with them, the entire country is standing with them. And that is the reason why the presence of the Prime Minister in Cuttack becomes of utmost importance. He is visiting a hospital site. He's saying that he stands with the state government. He stands with the various state governments, be it the state government of Odisha, Bengal, or the state government of Tamil Nadu in this hour of crisis, hour of huge, distress, and sending a message that all of them are together. And this is about whole of India approach, that this is about the tragedy and not about individual state governments. Accountability will be fixed. The sense from the government is that Commissioner of Railway Safety of Southeastern Railways, who has begun the investigation, he will ensure that accountability will be fixed. It will be a time-bound investigation, Anusha. But right now, it is about ensuring that people who were perhaps ending their day, winding up to go off to sleep on their respective berths, if they had been woken up with kind of a shock, many of them not being, even being able to wake up to see their loved ones, the least that we can do is stand with them in this hour of immense grief.
Say a prayer for each and every family who has lost their loved one today, about 280. That's the number we're reporting. Just to give you a broader context of Indian Railways, the fourth largest railway network in the world with about 68,000 kilometers of network. In 2019, Indian Railways ensured zero accident. There were no deaths that were reported. It was a mammoth feat. It was a big breakaway from the times about a decade ago where every second or third day you would hear about a collision or derailment that you would keep hearing. In the last more than one decade, there has been immense work that has been done by Indian Railways in terms of upgradation of technology, modernization. 8 billion people are carried by Indian Railways in about a year, which is total of the world population. And this mammoth giant network works without any instances or accidents like these. This is clearly an aberration. Why it happened, as Maria was pointing out, accountability will be sought, but the focus of the centre, state, and our focus as we tell you the story is to ensure that each and every family which needs help right now is given that help, and the political class for a change is standing together, and that's very heartening to see. Maria, what kind of compensation has been announced so far by the centre and the state? And the different state governments have also pledged in some kind of support and help in the rescue and relief operations.
That's right, Anusha. The centre has announced 2 lakh ex gratia for the next of the kin of the deceased, and that has come from Prime Minister Relief Fund. Those who have been injured, they have been announced a compensation of 50,000, but that grade is also shifting depending on the nature of injury. Those who have faced major injuries or critical injuries have, besides the state and the centre ensuring treatment, they will be also given compensation. But Anusha, when we look at the compensation, various states going ahead and making that announcement, but it is about that presence, I would say, which makes a lot of difference in hours of grief. In the past, we have seen train tragedies unfold as well. But largely, Anusha, as someone who has covered the Railways Ministry, we have seen it is the Railways Minister who would usually travel to the site of tragedy or site of the accident. For the Prime Minister himself to be present, the 2 union ministers being there since this morning, since early morning, and in ensuring that they are part of the relief, they are part of the rescue. They are trying to send this message that this is not about just that one moment that you visit and you leave. That it is about ensuring that the much degree of sensitivity that is needed by the central government, by the state government, by the officials is provided. And we often see, Anusha, when you have, the top officials present on the ground, things do move fast. That those teething issues which come in the absence of a crane, which is needed to remove bogies, which are mangled bogies, that all those teething issues are sorted out when officials are present, when top government functionaries are present. So that is what is being seen now as we see the Prime Minister now back with those who have been injured in Cuttack.
The visuals on your screen right now, the presence of the Prime Minister and 2 union ministers there, Railway Minister and Mr. Dharmendra Pradhan are also present. This is the biggest story that we continue to track through the day here on CNN News 18. For now, slipping into a very short break.